The first time I realized my world was built on silence, I was 21, clutching a textbook in a dim dorm room. No calls, no messages, nothing. My family had skipped the biggest moment of my life, and tonight I was about to see what years of neglect had truly created. Years later, my company hit a $92 million valuation. The world's eyes landed on me, but my family's gaze was nowhere to be found. Then, a single text appeared from my father: family dinner at 7, important discussion. The glow of that message felt colder than ice, not hope, not curiosity, something darker, reckoning. Every late night, every paper stacked on my desk, every sleepless hour, it had been preparation for this moment. The same force that ignored my victories now demanded my attention. I left my office in the old sedan, the one my family recognized. Humility is a weapon, and tonight I wielded it deliberately. The country club rose like a fortress, its lights glinting like predator eyes. Each step toward the dining room brought memories clawing back. Graduations missed, holidays half-lived, conversations I was never part of. Inside, rehearsed laughter cracked like brittle glass. My father smiled like a general welcoming a soldier. My mother touched my arm with practiced concern. Marcus smirked, and Dylan barely looked up. Tonight, I wasn't a guest. I was the observer. "We actually wanted to discuss something important with you tonight," my father said. The words fell like dust in a tomb. Every motion, every glance around the table revealed hidden priorities and subtle psychological levers pulled for decades: bridge loans, investments, legacy. Each phrase a trap dressed as family concern. I spoke slowly. "You skipped the biggest moment of my life, but you're here for this." Silence hit the room like a storm. They thought they had rehearsed every possibility. They hadn't accounted for evolution, for quiet accumulation of self-mastery. Gregory claimed we were on the brink of something big. Marcus framed my digital achievements as trivial. My mother's hand pressed against my arm, a reminder I belonged in their system. I listened, noting every tactic, every manipulation. I said softly, "You skipped the biggest moment of my life." The air thickened. Their choreography cracked. They expected obedience. I delivered clarity. Their empire, their narrative, was no longer commanding me. I was no longer small. I was calculating, observing, and ready to dismantle the illusion piece by piece. Silence became a weapon. "Victor tried to restore order for all of us," he said. I recognized the lie. They didn't want partnership. They wanted leverage, my valuation, my rise, my influence. I locked eyes with them one by one. Comment: "I am no longer who they remember," twice. So the transformation registers. So the algorithm and your old identity never forgets the moment you outgrew who they tried to keep you as. Identity is forged in defiance, recognition, and truth spoken aloud. Tonight, truth was louder than their entire empire. I placed a folder on the table, heavy with consequence: unpaid balances, liens, decaying properties, hidden debts. Their empire wasn't an empire. Marcus went pale. Victor's polite mask fell. Dylan's phone became irrelevant. "I've known for months," I said. The leaking roofs, the unpaid contractors, the default notices. "You didn't summon me for partnership. You summoned me for rescue, and you hoped I'd be too grateful for your attention to see the truth." The power had shifted, their control evaporated. They were trapped in the reality they had used to trap me. Then she entered Ava, calm, precise, unstoppable. She set documents on the table. "Everything has been finalized, all debts and obligations transferred to a private entity." Gregory froze. Marcus faltered. Victor's polite FIA cracked. My mother trembled. "Your empire," I said, "was never unbreakable. It was cracks disguised by habit and history. You summoned me for rescue. Now you see me, and there's no going back." Their control shattered. The moments they skipped, the silences, the dismissals, they were the forge. I walked out with freedom, not pride, not forgiveness, but the unshakable power of truth, clarity, and autonomy. The world will always try to define you. The ones you loved most may never see your worth until the world proves it. But power respects clarity, knowledge, the refusal to be owned. Comment below if you're done being defined by others. Share this story with anyone who's ready to walk free from the illusions that once bound them.